here. Here I am again.
Hello, que hay, mi gente. Welcome back to Two Drinks and a Ting. I'm your thing, Nathalia.
And I'm Precious.
And we're spooky season.
Officially.
Look how cute the festivities. Look at my cute dancing men. They're not alive. Look at our cute little matching cups. What is a ting without her drinks?
Not you having to think about it.
I always have to think about it. Look it. I have a jack-o'-lantern.
I have a skull.
And they're iridescent.
Ombre?
That oil
Metallic,
color shit.
metallic.
Cheers.
Metallic ombre.
Anyways, what we have in here is a rum and coke.
Yeah.
Love an alcoholic moment.
Ooh.
Spooky season. It's my prime. I love Halloween. I love fall in general.
Everybody loves fall.
For facts. But I don't think that was the vibe back a day.
It wasn't.
It was summer. That was the vibe.
Yeah.
You know?
Summer was the big season, the it season, if you will.
Yeah. Fall was never it. At least not in my household.
Yeah.
My mama was not about that bullshit. She was just, matter of fact, now that I think of it, none of my family were about
I honestly think
aesthetics.
until the big companies started coming out with their fall limited edition shit, then it wasn't a big deal. Until that year, then when they came back out with them, then they're like, oh, okay, I guess this is a thing now. So everyone can't wait till fall because there's specific things that come out.
The only people,
like Starbucks.
Fuck that PSL bullshit. Anyways, I think the only person in my life that I knew was my stepmother. Every single time a new holiday came about, she changed her whole entire like living room. She would do it like with the cushions. She would definitely do the curtains. I remember one time when I was staying with her, she made me like hop up on a chair to change her curtains out to from like November that were like leaves to a bright fucking red with like little jewels on the bottom of the loop, the dip. I was just like, this is a bit much. She was like, we have to get into the fall festivities, and literally she's that person to like do her tree the day after Thanksgiving. And she was just like, I don't know how to decorate the tree. And I'm like,
that's too much work. After you done cooked and had family over, I need at least a whole month.
No, she loves Christmas.
Oh.
I hate Christmas. That's my least favorite holiday.
I just like the lights. The lights are really pretty.
The lights are cute, but I haven't been that person to go out and like look at people's lights. That's
I don't think
never
we
been
have
me.
much here, except for the Christmas trees in Disney Springs.
Okay, I take that back. I like Christmas holidays because I like going to the Millennium Mall and I like seeing their Christmas decor, and I like going to the parks during Christmas, like
Dr. Seuss Land.
Oh my God, Grinchmas.
Yeah.
I love Grinchmas.
It's definitely a moment.
Yeah, and then I love the merch from Disney.
Yeah.
I don't care for the parks because it's clustered as fuck.
Yes.
But I love the merchandise. It's so cute. Yeah, I have this cute little shirt. I went to Salem about 2 years ago, and I got this shirt. It says, it's just a phase, and it has the moon phases at the top. And then this was basically after COVID. It says, save Halloween 2020.
Don't save Halloween.
Yeah, girl. Bitch, save the whole entire year. Restart. Today, because we're in spooky season, it's going to be about Halloween traumas.
Oh my God.
And paranormal activity. Are you excited?
I don't fuck with paranormal.
I don't fuck with paranormal activity neither, but I've had them. Like, I don't go out seeking evil or kind spirits. They just come to me.
Like, she seems
she seems very fuckable. Let's bother her today. When was the first time you had like a paranormal activity? Wait, before we begin, how are you? How have you been? Let me act like I care. How are you, my friend?
I'm good.
Anything new in your life?
I'm looking for a new place to live.
Ooh.
Yeah,
that's
because
never fun.
The place I was in is just real ghetto, and they're building a whole hotel in between complex and storage unit. And I just feel like that's too many eyes and too many people all in one little section.
And she lived like in tourist area, like right off I-4. It was horrible.
Right off I-4, 20 minutes from Disney.
It was horrible. She lived in Davenport. So my neighborhood is considered not the safest. My neighborhood is safer than hers. Every so months, she would be like, guess where the police are at? guess what building they're in.
Yeah.
They were always in her fucking building. Like, literally, since she's lived there, how many times they've been called? Like 4 times?
Like, maybe every 3 months.
And I remember one time, blood all over the sidewalk.
That
and I was
nasty.
just like, what the fuck is going on? And then you see a girl, she like filmed a girl talking to the police. Apparently the story was the girl stabbed her boyfriend or some shit.
No, that was a different incident. There was 2 incidents in like one. So the fact that the night before it was a man who stabbed somebody and the blood was everywhere, and then the next morning the police got called because it was a domestic violence case, and they had to like take pictures of her. They were outside taking pictures of her and everything. Forensic crime scene.
Real
People were
nosy.
on scene, and I was just like, and I've only lived here for like what, 3 months.
Girl, at
And
that
I'm
point,
like-
it was wild. One of those complexes that have all the resort amenities. So it had the elevator. The elevator never fucking worked. Thank God this girl.
There was only one time the elevator didn't work, and you had to be there.
It never fucking worked. Thank God she lived on the 2nd floor, so I would just go up there. But it was just like, oh my God, this place is so whack. Her gates were always open, and then the one time that it wasn't open, I was like, yo, like,
how do I get in?
How do I get in? She was like, oh, enter my number. Bro, so stupid. Let me paint you a picture. So there's 2 gates, one in front of you and then one on your right-hand side. Where's the call box, you may ask? Well, let me tell you. Right in front, the gate in front of you, they have the leasing office on the farther right-hand side towards the left. So like up above. Why is the call box right in the
Literally
position
in front
of
of
a
the door.
parking spot?
Yeah.
So you have to either park your car in front of the gate, get out, go to the call box, do your shit, or you got to park your car in the spot to put in the number from your car and then reverse out and go through.
Yeah, that was their mistake.
They're so stupid.
I honestly thought that the call box would be on the gate that's towards the right, like they're the one near my building.
Mm-hmm.
But they built it so stupid. I think they put that call box there afterwards.
They had to, because it makes absolutely no sense. And the way that these gates were, it didn't make any type of sense where a call box could have been, because the first gate, which is the one that's right next to her house on the far right, there was no median in between. Like when you enter into her neighborhood, it's either a straight shot. You're going to go forward to one gate, or you're going to go take a right to the second gate. So it was just like there was no buffer in between to put in a code to see which one's gonna fucking open. It was just like, you better hope someone's gate is open or you're gonna tail somebody.
Yeah.
But the moment I had to do that, I was just like, Precious, your area is so fucking ghetto. Let me tell you what I just did.
And she was so mad for the rest of the day. She was like, I had to get out my car. And I was like, oh, okay.
I really did. And then someone had the audacity to honk at me. Don't honk at me. The fuck? If you want, give me your key fob and I'll click, or do me a favor and click the fucking key fob so I can go through. It's not my fault that this company's stupid.
I honestly think that in the beginning, because they did have something set up, because when I moved in, this complex was only a few months old. They opened in March and I moved in June.
Yes.
Yeah. So they're only a few months old. So I honestly think they had something set up for packages. So if you weren't a resident, you can get through with the thing that they gave you for the gate. So I think for packages and anything else that no one was allowed in, I think you had to stop by the leasing office to drop off anything. Because they did have something set up, because I remember this one review was like, oh, this doesn't work, and blah, blah, blah. My packages are always lost and this and that. I'm just like, ooh.
Girl, anyways, that's to say these apartment complexes are too expensive and they're broke and stupid.
I know.
Anyways,
they want to be raising the rent for something stupid. Oh, we have to like regrout the pool.
Whose fault is that?
That's a necessity that you guys have to take care of.
And
so
plus,
anyway.
I don't even use the amenities.
The only thing I actually used was the gym one time out of 2 years.
Hey,
never went to the pool because I don't want to be around other people.
She found out literally the day she was moving out that there was like a little fire pit area in like a courtyard.
I've been on that though.
But you never went to it.
I never went to it. Yeah.
I would have took my bitch ass down there with my little book if I see myself a husband, because there were some cute guys out there. But you know who loved that apartment complex?
Who?
Dumbledore.
Oh yes.
Dumbledore loved to terrorize these kids.
terrorize kids, people,
old people.
He thought that that grass was his and his only.
Apparently, like I left my dog, he's a schnauzer, with her while I went somewhere.
Into
And
Salem.
oh, okay. I went to Boston and she said that, girl, when I walked your dog, he scared this old man to the point where old man like tumbled and backed away and fell into a bush.
Yeah.
And my dog was just there. He didn't care.
He didn't want him coming over to the grass. That's all it was. And we were, by the way, all the way out on the grass. So as he was coming down the stairs, there's a whole sidewalk he had to get through. But he didn't even make it to the bottom of the step. He made it to the bottom, but then fell into a bush. And I was just like, you little fucker. Now I'm going to be known for the person with the crazy dog.
And when she
I'm like, he's not even mine.
Exactly. Like, please don't kick me out. I'm babysitting. But it was so funny because when I first got him, she was moving into her apartment. I think I had him for at least, I got him in April. You moved in June. So probably like 2 months.
Yeah.
I had him for 2 months and he has codependency issues. So at that point, he was like a 4-month-old baby. And I didn't have, like, I just brought him like as he was a tote. And I was like, oh, I have to lock him up. If not, he's going to pee everywhere because he was still potty training. Yeah. So we ended up like barricading her laundry with moving boxes. And you could hear him wailing like he's being murdered.
From outside. The parking lot.
In her car. So I'm just like, do you hear him? And he's doing a loud shriek. And I'm just like, what the hell, Dumbledore? And then, of course, when we get back over there, like after we do everything, which is like we ran errands, like going to Sam's, getting her like everything you need when you move into like a new apartment. And then when you come in, all you see is him perched on the box, looking up at us like, you bitch, let me out. That apartment complex hated him. But thank God that was only like when she first moved into the apartment. Yeah. And nobody was there. So that was that.
But yeah, looking for a new place to live. And I'm working. I got a raise.
Ooh, we love more money.
I know. So, but I'm also looking for like a little good like side hustle to get into. So I'm working on that.
If you have any side hustles, let my bitch know.
Let me know. If they're work from home side hustles.
Even better. Not that Amazon bullshit.
Yeah. Oh, that was terrible.
Girl, she told me when she was working for Amazon, she was like, I'm about to quit. And I'm like, oh, fucking do it. And she was like, girl, you can quit on the app.
That's how much.
That's how high the turnover is.
Yo, their little app that they have you on, which has your schedule and how you request PTO and all that other stuff. Bitch, tell me how. I was like, I'd like to leave Amazon is a link. And they go through like the little process for you to be like, okay, I'm terminating myself.
Bye.
Yeah.
Toodles.
And then, of course, like it only takes like what? Maybe like 2 months for them to be like, oh, hey, you can come back. But I ain't going back.
Literally, they can't be picky because they're one of the highest like online stores.
And they need physical people in their warehouses.
Exactly.
To ship out stuff. Anyway, yeah, that's about it.
Oh, that sounds good.
But I'm still looking for my new place. I'm hoping it's that apartment complex in Orlando. My dream place. And I've been looking at that place since I moved into this place.
Well, at least you know you're going to enjoy your fucking time when you're over there. Shit. You ain't going to be leaving. I ain't going to see her.
I know. The thing is that near downtown and like downtown area isn't that great as far as like when people get out of like the bars once they close and stuff. There's people everywhere.
You would be so fuck on concerts.
Yeah. So I'm just like, ooh. I don't know about that,
you don't live downtown. That
no, it's not downtown. Yeah,
that's like,
but it's close enough.
It's still in a shitty area where there's high traffic. Yeah, no matter which way you look at it, Orlando is congested as fuck. Stupid.
And then I had to call them because apparently one of the buildings around the area, they're the catapult thingy, like where the construction workers work on, it was like loose and it came down. I think it killed somebody or something or rather. And they said it's not enough to hold the building up. So they had to like do evacuations and shit. So I'm like, is that going to be around the whole entire area? They had to shut down the street. Now I'm scared.
Girl, like, that's how I feel though with all like new builds nowadays because the way these apartments and these houses go up real fucking quick and the materials they use are so shit. Like
cheap as
the
hell.
Quality of houses are trash compared to what they were in the 1960s, 70s, and stuff like that. Like, there's some good improvements. Like, of course, there's like some houses you got to make sure there's no asbestos or whatever.
Yeah.
But still, like, the materials, they're still standing for a reason. Like, I would
These
prefer to
old
have
houses.
an older home. Not too old, because the fuck I look like. But I would rather have that, because you get more space. Like, these houses nowadays, they're so on top of each other. It makes absolutely no fucking sense. I can hear my neighbor sneeze. I don't need that. And then on top of that, like, you don't get much for the price.
Yeah.
Like, it's so stupid. I'd rather have an older home that's kept nicely, have big space, and I know that the integrity of the house and the foundation is like, okay.
Yeah. Like the way they're building now, like that new housing area that came up, like near Poinciana Boulevard. It's called Cypress something.
For that, may as well have a fucking condo for how close you are to your neighbor.
Girl, them houses are literally on top of each other.
Exactly.
It's like there's no space in between at all for like the houses to separate where you can go. Like you could put your trash cans on the side of your house.
Girl, no.
You gotta either put them in the garage or
the most space you have in between
is
to make sure your AC unit can fit.
Yeah.
That's it. It's so fucking stupid. Versus me living in the boonies where I do now. I have fucking fields in between my two neighbors, which I like. But also, I don't like to mow. It's kind of bullshit.
Who cuts your grass?
Neighbor.
Oh, she got people over here cutting her grass.
I got a nice neighbor. Oh, speaking of shout outs, shout out Stewart, my future sugar daddy. He gave me some tickets and he wanted me to give him a shout. Love you, baby. But I'm glad you're doing good. I'm glad you're looking forward. Yeah. Onward.
That's all I can do.
Hopefully you look onward outside of Florida. Hopefully you want to move to Tennessee with me.
Tennessee?
Yeah. I didn't tell you.
Wait, hold up. I thought this was North Carolina.
See, I was going to go to North Carolina, but they got state tax. And then on top of that, you have to pay property tax on your car.
That's some ghetto shit.
Exactly. Tennessee ain't got no state tax.
And no property tax either?
They have lower property tax in the
You have to put it on your car though?
I don't know about putting that. All I know is no state tax. Oh my God. I'm trying to move to a state with no state tax. I can't be double taxed. I'll be broker. Like, bro. No. So it was between those two, but so far right now, Tennessee. I want all the seasons because I don't get that here in fuck ass Florida. It's hot all the time. I don't know. I just feel like no state tax. That's it. Those are the two main pros. But I haven't looked too into it to look at the cons. There's gonna be lists, I'm pretty sure. But so far, yeah, come up to Tennessee with me.
Tennessee.
You're the only 10 I see.
Oh my God. So corny. All right, well, yeah.
Okay, let's get into this shit. Paranormal activities. When was the first time you experienced paranormal activity?
My first paranormal activity, I think it was probably at work. Because our hotel
is haunted.
It's partially haunted, yeah.
Have people died there?
Yeah. We've had an overdose. We've had excuse me.
I was like, they don't know what company you work for. They don't know.
Yeah, we've had an overdose.
Recently?
This was a couple years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think we've had, during the build of the hotel, one of the construction workers passed away. Yep, on site. Yep.
How ghetto.
I can tell you a few stories. Like, mine personally were inside the spa where I heard giggling and laughing inside the lobby. And I'm like, there's nobody in there in the lobby because I'd be in the salon area. And I'd walk out like, oh my God, I have guests, run out there like, there's nobody here. And you could usually hear the door open and close. Yeah. So I didn't hear that. So that's why when I ran out, I was just like, there are guests here? Like, okay. And I was by myself. So it's quiet. So I would hear the door open and close. So I walk around and I'm like, there's nobody here. Okay. Anyway. And then I heard the door open. I ran back around. I looked and there was nobody there. So I ran to the door to see if I could see a guest in the hallway.
Like leaving?
Nobody. This was the moment where I realized that the lobby could be haunted is because not only me, but I was standing next to one of my coworkers and we were just standing there minding our own business. We had no guests in the lobby. And all of a sudden we both heard a person like say something like mommy, or I forget what it was. This was so long ago. It was either mommy or they laughed or something like that. And we both looked in the same direction. And she was like, did you hear that? And we thought it was maybe the music that was playing. Maybe it was like giggling in the music. The music was really low. And we turned it up to see if we could hear like maybe children noises or something on it. No, it was just ocean waves. And it happened again. She was just like, okay, you heard that. I was just like, yeah. And then we both went into the office and we told the manager, we're like, there's something creepy going out in the lobby. And she was just like, what is it? We're like, we're both hearing noises, like people are out in the lobby. And this is not the first time, because I told her about the first time I had the experience when I was by myself. And she was like, I wouldn't take it so seriously. Like, she was just like rubbing it off. I'm just like, oh no, I don't play with haunted areas whatsoever. Like, if y'all need something, take it. Because who am I to mess with y'all?
Haunt me, bitch. We're good.
Right. And not only that, when I was a lounge attendant in the spa, the robes where they are, there's no vent above that area. There's no vent. So like if air would have pushed down, it would make the hangers move. And all of a sudden I hear the hangers moving as if someone's taking robes off the hangers. That's how loud it was. Walked over there, didn't see anybody, walked back. And I'm thinking like, oh, it must be the air or something like that coming from the door. No, there's no air coming from anywhere. So I'm like, I'll just go back and do what I was doing. Hear it again. And I'm like, has to be someone like maybe inside the room. I'm looking through them. I'm like, who's over here creating this nonsense?
Girl,
no. And then after that, I was like, hell no. I left. And there was just one other time where a security officer told me about how was a disturbance on one of the floors. And he went up there. He saw a little girl standing outside. But then she like ran away into the corner because like how our hotel is built, you go down a hallway, but then there's more rooms as you turn a corner. But that corner actually has a closet. So in the opposite direction, there's actually more rooms, but this direction is just the closet. He followed her anyway, just to be like, where are your parents?
No.
Why are you up here by yourself? In his mind, he knew that where she was going was a closet. So he was just like, why is she going into a closet? He opened it. She wasn't there.
This is some shining bullshit.
And he was like, oh, no. And then he went downstairs and he was just like, I kid you not, I will never go up to that floor ever again.
I remember one time when I was inside the spa, I was opening for one of my coworkers who were like on vacation or whatever, and I never open. I always close. I didn't know I was supposed to be there at 7. I was told her shift started at 7:30, but because she's opener, I had to go open. I had to set everything. I had to take the tea out for the tea lounge, like the big jug of water, which is the hot, you put your water in there and it warms up your water to do the tea. I had to fill that bitch up. I had to fill the cucumber water up. I had to set, like, I just didn't take that into account. So I got there like at 7:15 because I was like, oh shit, I'm early for my shift at 7:30. And when I go in, I see the doors open and I hear singing. And I'm just thinking like, who the fuck is over here singing? Like they were singing like show tunes. So I look inside where the lounge attendants chill because I'm thinking maybe it's one of the men who has started it up. Nobody was in there. So then I was like, okay, maybe they're doing a last minute check in the lockers. So I walk over there. There's nobody in there. So then I literally, the way the lounge attendant or the lounge is, it's like a big circle.
Yeah.
So you enter, in the first moment you're entering, you're in the lobby area for the lounge. On the right hand side is where the lounge attendants sit and prep everything, where there's like extra supplies. You turn left, you go straight down, you're seeing a vanity, and then from the vanity on the left hand side are the lockers. On the right hand side are a row of bathrooms doors, so then you can go down and then turn right, and then that enters into a different room, which is a wall of showers. There's like 3 shower stalls or whatever, and then another vanity right across the way from it. So you walk all the way down and you enter into the jacuzzi room. So of course the jacuzzi there, that's the wet lounge. The jacuzzi's there, the sauna's there. You can lay out all that stuff. That's the last room before you go into the tea lounge, where guests will wait for their provider to pick them up to go take them to the service. I walked that whole entire shit trying to find if somebody was in there. And then when I came out of the tea lounge, I walked into the male attendant. And I was just like, were you just in the women's lounge? He was like, no, I finished prepping that a while ago, like 10 minutes ago.
God.
And I told him what happened. And he was a very spiritual man. He was a pastor.
Yeah.
He's a pastor, so he's spiritual. So I told him what happened. He was like, girl. He was like, do you know hymns? And I'm like, no? What the fuck?
Oh, hymns. Okay.
I was like, I know.
Better start singing.
Lay me down to sleep. Pray my Lord a soul to keep. Some bullshit like that. And he was like, just keep your prayers. Just like, oh my God. I was so afraid. And then I like thought, okay, if he wasn't in it, maybe one of the other ladies were in it. Like my manager, and she was doing a last walkabout since I wasn't there. And she wanted to make sure that he did everything right. I was just trying to make up some fucking excuse that somebody was there, that I heard show tunes come from somebody.
Yeah.
Nobody was there. And the spa doesn't have that type of music. Yeah. They have like serene sounds.
Yeah.
So
relaxing and calming.
It was weird. I was freaked the fuck out. I was waiting for my first guest to come so I can have a reason to hear noises and know it's coming from a person. But even at that point, it was kind of slow. I started at 7:30. My first guest didn't come in until like 9.
Oh my God.
I was scared.
That's when you would go up to the front and just hang out with the...
But I wasn't allowed to be in the front no more. Because I would sit there and I would talk to Precious and I would talk to my other friends because hello, I'm literally back there by myself. So why the fuck can I not be in the front? Nobody's here.
Yeah.
It was a slow fucking day. Talia, you're not supposed to be up here. I was getting the list of names, bitch. I was not.
For the most part, I feel like the 3rd floor, and since we're so close to the 3rd floor, because that's the first floor above the lobby, that's haunted, and 14.
Is that where the incidences occurred?
The 3rd floor had the overdose, and I was there for that. That was wild. That was the most wildest shit ever.
Have you ever had to call the police because the incident was occurring on property?
I've never had to call them. I've only gotten the call and been like, oh my God, we have to call somebody. Like this lady had an asthma attack literally on the front drive. And she was like, do you have an EMS? And I literally just spoke it out loud. I said, I think this lady's having an asthma attack. And my manager was like, what? And I'm just like, she's having an asthma attack. She's on Kipsy right now. You know, she's like telling me, is there an EMS available? And I'm just like, I think she's having an asthma attack. And he was just like, oh my God, what's her name? And he just like ran out and he's like teamsing me, like the chat. And he was like, what's her name? What does she look like? And I had to like tell this lady, my manager's on site right now outside. Please give me a description of your vehicle. And so he called them. They came about and she was kind of needy the rest of the way. But anyway,
all my
that's the only incident that I had to like.
I had 2 other paranormal activities. 3, I'm a lie. And they were all relatively young. So one of them, have you ever heard of skin crawlers? Like the urban legend.
There was a movie or show about this though, right?
I think it's called like The Outsiders or something like that.
Okay.
But anyway, so the legend of skin crawlers is it's a mythical creature that are in the woods and they can mimic your voice and they can mimic your look to be able to like eat you. And I remember when I was younger, my mom would say, if you hear someone calling your name, don't answer it.
It's because it's one of them?
Yes. And I've always like known whenever I would hear a faint Nathalia, I wouldn't pay attention to it unless it was like, if it was my sister or someone who needed to talk to me, you would say my name again.
Yeah.
But my name never followed up after that. Nothing ever followed up after that. So like, if you hear a whisper of your name, don't pay attention to it. Don't go looking for it because that's how they get you. So
you must be in a moment of weakness for that shit to happen though.
Probably. So it was like very soon after we were told that by our families because it was like, I don't know, when you're younger, you just say scary stories and stuff like that. My aunt told us that one. So then one time we were coming back from the pool. It was dark at night because we lived in this apartment complex. We were coming back from the pool with our other friends and you have to pass by a lake that's in the complex. And then I had told them the story of it and they were just like, oh, damn, that's creepy. So then as we're walking home and I hear my name and I'm just like looking at my friend, I'm like, you're not fucking funny. And then he's just laughing. He was like, damn, I thought I was going to get you. I'm like, no, bitch, I can hear your hoarse voice from across the way. So he was just like stupid. And then we're just talking and stuff like that. And then I hear my name on my left side and he's on my right. So my instant reaction is to turn my head and be like, how the fuck did you do that?
Right.
And he's just like, what are you talking about? And I was like, how'd you throw your voice? He was like, I didn't throw my voice. What the fuck are you talking about? And I'm like, don't play with me. And he was just like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, I heard someone say my name. You're the only one here, because by that time, all our other friends, like, you know,
They
as
went
you
home.
go,
Yeah.
you pass apartments and they just would go into their apartments. And I'm just like, we're the only ones here. Like, you're not slick. He was like, bro, I was talking to you. I don't know what the hell you want me to tell you. Like, I didn't say your name. And it like happened again, but then I just ignored it because I was like, okay, it's not him.
Oh
I'm talking to him.
Oh shit.
I'm talking to him. It's not him. So then, I, for whatever reason, when I saw the TV show on HBO called The Outsiders, really good. It's based off Stephen King's book. It kind of threw that memory in my mind. And I asked Natalie, I'm like, when you grew up, did your mom ever tell you about the skinwalker? She was like, yeah. And I was like,
I've never
so
heard of
I'm not
this.
tripping. Yeah.
I know skinwalkers because I watched Supernatural, and that was one of the demons or monsters on the show.
Okay, so Wikipedia says in Navajo culture, a skinwalker is a type of harmful witch who has the ability to turn into, possess, or disguise himself as an animal. Well, that wasn't my shit. It just says a bunch of demonic shapeshifters, and it says that's the version of the boogeyman. That was my first incident. My second one, I had a real close family friend. He was murdered. And the night that we found out he was murdered, I saw presence in the doorway because it was me, my mom, and my sister. We were all in my bed because we were devastated. Like, this dude was 23 years old, real young. The way he did die, it was traumatic as fuck. So then I thought I saw a shape in front of my door. I didn't want to open my eyes because I was afraid that it could have been like an evil spirit or whatever, but I did open up my eyes a little bit. I thought it was my sister just because she was sleeping next to me in my bed, so I thought she was like walking out or whatever. It's like a couple of hours later, I was like, why were you just standing in my doorway? She was like, what are you talking about? Why were you just standing in my doorway? Like, I opened up my eyes and you were just there looking at me. And she was like, what are you talking about? I've been in mommy's bed the whole entire time. That was that.
Where's the sage?
Girl. And then the other incident, like 2 days later, I was sleeping and I felt a presence over me. Like, I don't know if you ever feel this. Like, when you're sleeping, you sense something in your room or like over you.
Not that maybe I just don't not believe in it, but like, no, I've never felt.
I felt this. I was sleeping and I again felt a being above me. And I thought again it was my sister because after the death, she slept with me for a couple of nights because she was scared or she was sad, you know. So I thought it was her, like again, coming back from like going to the bathroom, getting a drink, something. So I was just laying there and I just felt someone over me looking at me. God, if this is you, call me or some bullshit. Like, I was scared. And then later that night, once I forgot about the presence, I had a dream about him.
Oh.
Yeah.
So he was...
And I asked him, I was like, was that you? He was like, yeah, I was watching over you. He's the only person I've ever had like that. He's the only person that I've ever seen his spirit. I haven't seen anybody else's spirit, anything at all, because he was the other spirit that I called to when I was having a panic attack down in DR when I was young as hell. My mom hated me again. She sent me down to DR where I first met my father's family ever and made me live with them for 2 months. I had panic attacks. One day I had a panic attack in my aunt's house and I asked for...
Why?
Because it was just it was a culture shock. They didn't have any electricity for a good duration of the day.
Yeah.
Coming from America, that's creepy. It's like wild. And then it's just like they live so differently from us. They walk everywhere. It's very not third world, but it's very country. Like that was the first time I had to take a shower from a bucket because they didn't have running water. Because again, their electric grid isn't reliable. So they have people where they buy buckets of water from. So you can take showers, you can use to cook. And it was just a big culture shock. And these are also people I've never met before that I'm meeting for the first time. There was a language barrier. I didn't speak good Spanish. I just didn't know where I was at. I didn't like being in a place where my mom wasn't or where my sister wasn't, where I just need to know somebody. I knew nobody.
Oh, no one came with you? It was just you?
It was just me. And it was also
to punish you?
She hated me. And this was also my first experience leaving the country.
Oh, wow.
By myself.
That's crazy.
So I had a panic attack like 3 or 4 times down there. The first night I was there, I had a panic attack. Thankfully, my uncle who I was staying with, he's a doctor, and he helped me through how to channel my anxiety and breathing methods and stuff like that. But I was at my aunt's house. She's like a bank person. She didn't know shit about breathing exercise. She was just with her rosary beads trying to like pray over me. And I was just like, bro, like, I need help. So then, like, after I had my panic attack, my cousin was just like, you're weird.
Wow.
And again, this is the first time I'm meeting these people. I've never met them a day in my life.
They weren't, like, sympathetic towards that? Like, okay, you don't know how we live.
No.
We pretty much were thrown in there. It was like, figure it out.
My cousin, he was, like, 13. I was probably... No, that's a lie. This was like 7th grade to 8th grade year. So I was probably like 14. He was older than me. He was probably like 17. And then my cousin, she was probably 13. They were just looking at me like, why are you crying for? Because it's like, you're a teenager. Why are you crying for? Like, calm down. It's not that serious. You're just in a new place. Like, it's literally, they didn't have no sympathy for me. They were like, this bitch is so stupid. She's so weird. So here I am. Having a panic attack, and I was just like, oh, so and so, if you hear me, come to me, I need comfort. And he did.
Wow.
I had a dream about him. We were walking, we held hands, I hugged him at the end. When I woke up, I had a presence of a hug on me, and I could feel his hand in my hand when I woke up.
Aww.
He's the only like spirit I've ever called for, and it's actually came.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So I believe ghosts. That's my... Thankfully, so far, my paranormal activity has been positive ones, and nothing, except that skin crawler shit. Them bitches try to kill me. It was shook. So yeah, those are my paranormal activity sensations.
I haven't had many, just because I kind of just ignore anything that just sounds weird. I'm just like,
Maybe you're just blessed to avoid it. I don't know. That would be me. I'm not. But girl, remember those times when paranormal activity would consistently come out with like shit?
There was different shows. There was movies.
Only to find out it was fake.
Yeah.
I thought it was real. I was like, oh my God. I remember one time when I watched the first Paranormal Activity, you know how at the end it says on this day she disappeared and all that shit? The day I watched it was the same date that she disappeared.
What?
Yeah, so like for example, I don't remember the date verbatim of when the first Paranormal came out, and at the end when the girl disappeared.
Yeah.
Let's say she disappeared on the 14th. I went to go watch it on March 14th, and we were sitting down and we were watching the ending of like the description of what happened. And then one guy was like, oh shit, that was today. And I was like, John. But no, them paranormal activities had me in a chokehold.
Yeah.
I was scared.
My sister loved them.
I love watching Ghost Hunters on Sci-Fi.
For me, it was the comedy ones. What was the ones with like Tracy Morgan as the host? Scare Tactics.
Scare Tactics. No.
You've never seen that?
I never seen that.
They would, so your friends would prank you by bringing you to some random area. Like they'll tell you, oh my God, I got this job for you. It's really good, makes good money. And the shit will go down. And you're just like, what the fuck? You're being scared to the point where you're just like running out of the place. And then the cameras come in like, oh my God, you're on Scare Tactics.
I would punch my friend in the face.
Your friends would set you up.
No, that's not my friend then. Why are you trying to actively give me a heart attack? You know I got a bad heart. You know my family be dying of heart congestion.
Girl, that show was very creepy.
Is that the show where one prank was like The Ring? They're like in a TV store or something like that. And then
possibly
one TV like blanks out to a black screen, and then it goes into the ring.
Possibly.
And then someone comes out and he's like, oh shit.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, they've had so many where like they had a character like that where she would come out like out of a door, out of a window, out of a hole in the wall and shit like that. And possibly a TV
today or this year.
I want to.
I really want to.
Well, they have the one in Orlando now. So
I don't want to go to that one. That's like
but they have the good rides.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah,
SeaWorld does not have any good rides.
The roller coasters there?
They suck. I hate SeaWorld. Hate it with a passion. I remember back a day when I used to go, my father had the annual pass because it was cheap. Because no one gives a fuck. This is when Budweiser was still there.
Oh, yeah.
When they had their little like show. Because for whatever fucking reason, Budweiser wanted to own a theme park.
Yeah.
So they had their own little thing where they had the candy that you can make over there. Like, that's because I think they partnered with the Square Chocolates, the Godivas. They partnered with them at some point, and they sold Godiva chocolates over there at the Budweiser area. And you can see these beautiful horses trolloping, but they were there. That's how old and back a day my dad had the annual pass. We went there. There was only 2 rides: Journey to Atlantis and Kraken.
Yeah, but it was mainly because SeaWorld was mainly like an aquatic place. They didn't really have attractions like that. Like
exactly.
So that was maybe.
I don't want to see fish. I don't want to see this stupid Shamu. Like, okay, cool. You're never going to pick me.
Yeah.
You're never going to pick me to play with Shamu and to get the Shamu tail necklace. You're never going to pick me. You're always going to pick some little stupid bitch who's out here whose parents paid a shitload of money. My daddy only got the basic ass seasonal pass. You're not gonna pick me. I don't care. And I don't want to get splashed with this nasty sperm infested water. Oh my God. What? Girl. So yeah, I don't like SeaWorld. But then SeaWorld back a day when my mom gave me the annual pass, we went there and they had Sesame Street was over there.
Yeah.
Sesame Street had just came in and they were doing this big Halloween. They have like that Halloween festivity that they have over there.
Well, yeah, back in the day it was just mainly aquatic until they tried to keep up with like other theme parks and rides. So that's why they built certain like roller coasters and stuff.
I do like Manta.
Yeah, Manta's good.
Manta was fun.
I rode that by myself.
Me too.
Yeah, I rode it by myself because the girl I went to Hollow Scream with at the time, she didn't really do roller coasters, and I'm just like, girl, let me through.
What is your purpose in life if not to go on a roller coaster?
I don't understand.
To waste money?
I don't understand.
I don't understand that. Like,
I will be 80 years old and still be riding roller coasters. I don't care.
Don't come with me if you don't like riding roller coasters, because I'm gonna feel bad when I leave your bitch ass at the bottom and I'm on the roller coaster. I remember I hated roller coasters, and then my brother and my cousin pranked me and lied to me and took me on SheiKra.
Oh my God. What happened?
Because SheiKra was next to a child's ride or something like that, and they said that this was the line to that child's ride. And I'm like, are you sure? I don't think that's the case. I don't think this is for this ride. And he was like, no. And SheiKra had just opened up. So it was kind of a long line. Yeah. And they were like, no, we're going to be up there real soon. I was petrified.
Girl, I would be too.
SheiKra as my first? And look what they did. I fucking love roller coasters. Especially Busch Gardens. Their roller coasters.
So good.
Fucking A1, man. Better than Disney. Better than Universal. Even though Velocicoaster.
Period.
Can snap my spine straight.
And then every roller coaster they've built, like Universal has built lately, has been like
top tier.
Yeah.
Hagrid's.
Yeah.
Fucking love it. Have you ever had any good trick-or-treating experiences or wild trick-or-treating?
I haven't trick-or-treated since I was 12. And don't even go there because you've already said like, oh my God, but when you're a little older, you can just go out and know what the good candy is. I'm like, honestly, if I ain't going to be putting on a costume, I'm not going outside.
She's whack. Girl, I trick-or-treated all the way through high school. And what about it? What the fuck are you going to tell me? That I can't go get free candy? You're fucking wrong. I'm going to go get free candy and I'm going to have a good fucking time. Me and my friends knew where to go. So my mom would pick me up, drop me off at my friend's house, whose mom would take us to the neighborhoods, the rich neighborhoods, because they gave out king-size candy bars. I remember one time when my mom had the house on Econ. Those are like little subdivisions and they would have like neighborhood Halloween parties. So my neighborhood had a Halloween party and like an open field. And then my friend's neighborhood, which was right beside us, they had a neighborhood party too with like bounce houses and all this shit. Ooh. That's what your HOA money's going to, by the way. Anyways, so we were on our way to the Halloween area, which was like in the middle of the neighborhood. So me and my friends, we lived in the back of the neighborhood and we had to walk to the middle. I waited for him because he had to pass my house. So then we met up together and my other friends were there. That was the year that I was a female pimp.
Oh, your costume?
Yes. And my friends were my hoes. I had baby powder in my hand.
I'm dead.
Because I wanted to be the pimp from How High.
Yeah.
Where my baby powder at? Yeah, I had a pinstripe vest, like with no underneath shirt. And then I had like trousers with my fitted hat. And I had my sneakers. I was a female pimp.
Oh
that was me. So then we met up with my friend, and then there was these group of kids, high schoolers, because at the time of this event, I was in sixth or seventh grade. So the high schoolers had seen us. So the way my house neighborhood was, it was in a D format. So here's one street that had houses, and then you would turn. Here's another street that had houses, and then it was a curve. So all the way, it was a D format. That's how my little area was within the neighborhood.
Okay.
My house was on the straight path, not the curved path. The older kids decided that they wanted to meet us past the point of the sidewalk, so they were going to walk the curved path to meet us at the end because they were going to ambush us to steal our candy. Yeah. Fucking bitches. Yeah. They're dumbasses. They forgot the fact that my road continuously goes all the way down to the end of the point where you have to turn left to go another straight down. And when you go straight down that road, you walk straight into the Halloween party. So instead of them, they thought we were going to turn left to be able to go on the curve, to go the longer route, to hit more houses. But we decided, no, let's just go straight down and hit those houses, because those houses usually get ignored because you have to turn in order to go to the other houses. So we're like, no, let's just go down here. They might have more candy. They may want to give us some more shit, and then we'll go to the party. So then we leave the little Halloween party. And then we decide to go to the curve area because that's the houses we missed. One guy, what he was doing, he was chilling at the park or some bullshit. He was waiting for his friend, but he saw us there. He tried to steal our candy. He was just like, give me your candy. And I'm like, what the fuck is this, hocus pocus? Bitch, right? And I was just like, no, I'm not giving you my fucking candy. You're tripping. Yes, I was cursing back in the day. 7th grade. What of it? And I was like, I'm not giving you my candy. You got me fucked up. Did you walk these houses?
Right.
No, you didn't walk these fucking houses. My feet hurt. I'm not giving you shit. And then he was like, oh, I'm going to beat you up. I'm like, you're going to beat up a girl?
Ratchet.
Girl. And then literally the moment like he was trying to confront me and my friend was just like, no, get the fuck out of our faces. It's just you. The moment that happened, my sister came around, and then she was just like, she knew the guy. What are you doing? And I'm like, he's trying to steal my candy. He was like, are you really trying to? And then she was like, you're really trying to get my sister's candy? He was like, oh shit, this is your sister? My bad.
So he's just out there just doing it to anybody and just came across the wrong one.
Ruckus. Causing a ruckus. I don't know what the hell his problem was.
How did your sister know him though? Like
school. They were all in high school.
Not a high school.
Because these are all neighborhood kids.
Not a high school trying to steal candy from somebody.
Bro.
Wow.
Bro. Hello. And then I would never forget that, because then after that, he thought he was slick. He would always say hi to me afterwards.
No, I remember you.
It's like, not you trying to be nice to me after trying to steal my candy and threatening to beat me up. And the thing is, I figured out who his little sister was, and I was friends with his little sister. So every single time I was at her house, he would come over. He was like, give me candy. And I'm like, fuck you. You still running this gimmick? Like you weren't successful? Bro, I would never forget that. I was just like, y'all really out here stealing people's candy.
That's sad. That's really sad.
Go out and get it.
I didn't know that there were people out there doing that. Not hocus pocus coming to real life.
I was shook.
Oh my goodness. Y'all ain't got nothing better to do. Honestly, I haven't dressed up or gone trick-or-treating since I was 12. It's just because it was the same year as the Twin Towers. So it was just dangerous, no one wanted anyone's kids outside and all this other stuff. Especially after there was also the search for Osama bin Laden. And the fact that there was other stuff happening within those couple of months after it happened, like 2 months after it happened? September, October. So like 1 month. No, there was just more drama with terrorists and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, yeah, you're not going outside. And I'm just like, well, okay. And that was like honestly the last year that I dressed up. It was just me feeling safe outside. And my mom, I don't want my mom to worry. So yeah, me and my sisters really didn't go trick or treating after that. I mean, like my friends now have had parties where they're like, a costume is, you have to wear a costume, and I'm just like, ugh.
I've only been to one like costume party where costumes were like mandated, and this was probably 2018. It was like a college party because I don't like when I hear house party, I think ratchet, someone's gonna fight, something crazy is gonna go down because that's how it was in high school, so I don't really do house parties with kids my age. Now a house party is not really a house party, it's like game night, and you're listening to music or you're watching something nice. But during that time we were in college, so we're gonna be drinking, play beer pong, all that stuff. So it was my first time, so I was like, okay, I didn't have a costume because at that point, I'm not dressing up.
Yeah.
I'm going to wait till the day after Halloween, get my candy on sale, and call it a day. It was so funny because I think Eric and Josh were like murdered lovers or something like that. They had like fake blood and everything like that. And I just had like a big bright yellow cardigan, and my friend had cat ears, and I was like, I'm a cat bitch. Like, I don't know what you want me to do. And everyone was going all out. Like, there's one guy who was a cop, there was another girl who was a nurse, there was another person who was like a trap queen. So they had like the trap all around them, and they had a crown. It was like a trap queen or whatever. There was another person who was Ariel. Like, they went all in. Damn. And I was like, damn, okay. It was fun. It wasn't ratchet. There was like fun, loud people there, but it was just a good time. That was the first time I played beer pong. The guy, he taught me. I was like, and I was really good. I'm not good at flip cup. Lies. I learned how to play flip cup. Oh. And then beer pong, I was okay. I wasn't the best, but I was okay. I held my team. That's what I can say. So that was fun. But it was nasty towards the end because me and Eric, we had carpooled with Josh, of course, because they were living together at this time. And when we went outside, I saw a fat shit in the grass. And I was like, ew, people don't know how to pick up their dog's shit. Eric looks at it and he was like, I think that's human shit.
Ew.
It was
why
disgusting. And because there's a bunch of kids,
yeah,
I believe it.
Oh my God.
So someone took a shit next to Eric's car. This is why
someone had to go that bad.
Bro, probably. I was like, y'all couldn't just wait inside the fucking apartment. And the thing is, this was at a house and stuff like that. Yeah. The people were very strict, like, do not open the door because they didn't want the music to travel out into the neighborhood. Like, this is a neighborhood. The hell, we're not trying to get our neighbors upset or whatever. So they were like, please close the door. Please close the door. Don't just be chilling at the doorway.
Right.
So I guess they just had to take shit outside. I don't know.
Ugh.
It was nasty.
I don't understand.
People were disgusting. Disgusting.
Yeah.
All nasty.
Yeah. Halloween is cool, but I just like it for the decorations, to be honest.
That would never be me, because then you gotta put them up and you gotta take them down,
and all the events that go around Halloween. But that's about it.
I'm dying to find a pumpkin patch
in Florida.
Yeah,
you probably have one somewhere around here.
No,
you live in the country.
I've looked up pumpkin patches through here.
Really?
And I've never found a pumpkin patch over here. My sister, she lives upstate in New York.
That's where they all are.
Girl, right? That's where they ship all the damn pumpkins to. She took her and her kids. I think she said it was like $5 each. Down here, a pumpkin patch, $25. And you don't get to keep the pumpkins. You got to pay the pumpkins.
Oh, no.
So over there, she says she took her kids to go to the pumpkin patch, $5 each of them. And then there, she was able to pick a pumpkin out, carve it in a little station, and they were able to do a hayride.
For $5?
Upstate New York, yeah. Down here, bro, $25 just for you to walk in.
Those are tourist prices.
In non-tourist areas. Because again, I lived in the country. And I went with Zach. And Holly and stuff like that. And I was just like, I think we're here too early. Because it was just like in an empty field. And they had like a tractor ride that you can do, but that was extra. You could take pictures and stuff like that in front of the pumpkins. No problem. But if you wanted to take a pumpkin, you had to pay for that too. And then you had to pay separately for drinks and food. Okay, cool, whatever. The food wasn't even ready.
Oh my
They were
gosh.
still like lighting up the burners and shit like that. So then I was like, then can I get a drink? She was like, we're kind of limited on drinks right now. We're waiting. What are you open for? Bro, you said be here at this time, aka 7:00.
Mm-hmm. Oh, in the morning?
In the evening.
Not food not being ready by 7:00. What?
I'm sorry that I'm not trying to be out here at 10:00. I'm trying to bump the fuck home.
Mm-hmm.
This place is wild. And like, it just doesn't make no damn sense.
They didn't have like funnel cakes or nothing like that.
They had nothing ready. And it wasn't just us. There was like 3 or 4 families who were there with their kids. And then there was a bounce castle that you had to pay to go on to for the kids.
That's not worth it then.
About this area is they will price everything.
Yeah.
It's
not worth it then. If I'm going to be shelling out like $75 just for everything here, that doesn't make any sense. Like a ticket, like when they did the taco event in Orlando, it was like different stands where different tacos and like drinks and stuff were. I think the ticket price was like $25, and there was a bouncy castle for kids. You had to pay extra for the alcoholic beverages, and also like any like food that wasn't included in the ticket. Like tacos were cheap. You paid like $2, $3 here.
Nah, girl.
You paid $5 for an alcoholic beverage. Like that, I can get behind.
Nah, these people suck.
But that
it was shit. I was like, I'm never coming to any of these events again. They suck. Well, that's that. If you hear your name being whispered, don't answer it unless it's someone who knows you. But don't go investigating because you're gonna die. If you have any paranormal activity, put it in the comments below. If you have any traumatizing or funny Halloween events, put it in the comments down below. Interact, enjoy. I hope you enjoyed this podcast.
It's Halloween themed.
Spooky season. Do you have anything else to say to the audience?
No, thank you for having me again.
No problemo. Thank you for coming. Be safe for the visual viewers.
Don't get your candy stolen.
That too. If you want to give me edibles as a mistake, because you know that was the thing when you were young. Oh, I have to inspect your candy because there might be razor blades or there might be weed in it. If you want to accidentally give me edibles, I'm here for it.
The way that my mom had to do that is crazy.
Bring back the drug candies. I want to get high off these brownies. Don't accept brownies from strangers.
Oh my God.
Bring them bitches back. Because I guarantee you ain't no person who got edibles accidentally giving that bitch away. I guarantee you fucking that. Anyways, be safe with your candy. Do the inspections. If you want to be slick and do edibles, hit me up. But anyways, that was that. For the visual viewers on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and follow. And hit that notification bell. Anywhere you get your podcast, please follow and subscribe. Anywhere. I'm here. Dos Vidania.
Bye.